Hello and welcome back, my beautiful Froggy army, to another video. And yes, as you can see by the title, I finally went on a vacation, and it was glorious. Now, you may be asking, Raven, why are you sitting in your office just talking about this? Why are we not seeing like, hey, here I am on vacation? Well, let me explain. I was going back and forth between whether I wanted to just full-on vlog, like just totally focus on getting content and footage and all that kind of stuff, or just kind of, you know, record less and just kind of live in the moment and enjoy the vacation. And ultimately, I decided to more so live in the moment and kind of do that kind of vibe instead. But I still wanted to record a little bit and talk about my trip and stuff because I don't know, I just post whatever I want on this channel at this point. So yeah, we're gonna talk about my trip today. Basically, what I ended up doing was recording like clips of things that we did, mostly like landscape and scenery. So here I am just to do kind of like a story time, like a recap of our trip, and I will put the footage above me on the screen of like all the stuff that we were doing. So if you're into that, stick around. If not, I'll see you on the next one. But yeah, it's just gonna be another video of just me posting whatever I want, talking about whatever I want, because why not? Why not? So I went to Portugal for 8 days, although 2 of the days on the beginning and the end were travel days, but it was really fun. It was my first time out of the country and it was my first time in Europe, so definitely a blast, definitely a new experience. We stayed in Lisbon for half of it and then Lagos in the second half, so first couple of days in Lisbon were really fun. We walked around the town the first day that we got there and we were so like jet lagged and we basically had to stay up the entire day. We were supposed to sleep on the plane, but neither Quack or I fell asleep on the plane because we were so uncomfortable. So we were walking around with literally 0 sleeps, trying to stay awake. That way we could go to bed at like the normal time in Portugal and wake up at the normal time, you know, the next morning. But it was really fun. We got to see like this cool castle fort thingy on the water. It was really pretty. We also got some pastries and they were very delicious, extremely yummy. But yeah, this first day was a lot of walking around, seeing kind of like this little, I don't know if this is a marina area technically, but it was right on the water, as you can see, or it was like on this river here, so it was super fun. I really loved all of the tile and stonework that was all around Portugal. There was like so much character and detail and obviously history, just like this really big church that we found, and this was absolutely amazing. Like, you just don't see things like this here, especially in Florida. This was just absolutely stunning and breathtaking. We even got to go inside, and I've never been like in a cathedral style church like this. It was absolutely so beautiful, and there was stained glass, and I love stained glass, so I was so glad that I was able to see that. It was just so amazing. We also went to this little kind of park gardens thing. You had to pay an admission, but it was just another thing to do, to just walk around and try to keep ourselves awake. But this one was a bunch of fun because there was a bunch of animals in there, which I was not expecting at all. It was like in the middle of the city, so I didn't think there was going to be as many animals as there were, but it was really pretty. There was all kinds of like little paths to go around, and there was this giant tree that was really cool with all these big roots. But here's some of the animals that we saw. There was this little back corner that was just absolutely full of birds. Like, there was peacocks and pigeons, and it was just so random. They were all just congregated over here. I wonder if this is like where they get fed or something. And there was the one like climbing on the cart. Like, what was he doing? I don't know, but they were just all here. We were just like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? And peacocks are not really a novel thing for me because we do have them in Florida, but I don't really see them in this like amount. Like, they were just absolutely everywhere. But yeah, here's some of the gardens as well, just getting some of these trees for you. And again, these peacocks were absolutely everywhere. They were so funny. It was just like this huge flock of them. I don't know if they like hang out in flocks, but there was just so many. There was also a cat. I got to pet this adorable little kitty. He was just hanging around. You could tell that he was totally used to people and everything, and he was like kind of following us as we were walking down the paths. And he was just so silly, so funny. We loved him so much. We do have similar gardens like this, I would say, in Florida, so this wasn't a whole brand new novel concept for me, but it was still really fun and I really enjoyed walking around on that first day. The next day we made our way into a town called Sintra for a couple of sightseeing things and tours and all that good stuff. There was just such beautiful architecture absolutely everywhere. I loved this fountain, and that bird coming in was just the most hilarious shot ever. We started off on kind kind of a long hike to get to this estate that was up there in the mountains. Basically, this was an estate just owned by like a super rich guy, and he was kind of a quirky, silly little character, so there was a lot of interesting things going on there with like all the architecture and symbolism and stuff. We had a guided tour, which was really awesome. We got to learn a lot about the history of it, and this was the only day that I decided to kind of like vlog, so I'll let you watch these clips and I will pop back in to continue explaining the rest. It is day 2 of Portugal and we are going on our first like little castle tour. I'm very excited. We've been walking uphill for this, so it better be worth it. There are so many people. Apparently this is a very touristy area, so I will see you once we are inside. Wow, this is so pretty. Wow. I want one. Can we have this at home? Look at this. So cool. We're going up this apparently claustrophobic set of stairs. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. This is making me dizzy. Oh my god. Stairs conquered. Okay. That's where the stairs were, in that cute little tower. It's so cute. Look at this. So apparently this is where they had like opera and theater performances. They would perform down there, and all the rich people would sit over there and up in the towers. Oh no, there's only one tower. Okay, yeah. I totally would opera sing down there, but I'm a little rusty. Okay, now we are in this like well underground tunnel thing. I'm just gonna peek you over the edge real quick. Oh, I'm not even looking myself because I don't want to be terrified. All right, now we're in these freaky tunnels. We already had to crouch. That was terrifying. Welcome to my new office / plushie room. I think some squishmallows are gonna fit perfectly in some of these crevices, you know? So after we were done with that, we took a little tuk-tuk and we were going to our next destination, which was also more walking, but we were gonna go up into a castle, which I was really excited for. Or maybe it's like a fort. I think it's more of a fort, but it kind of looks like a castle, but it's really, really cool. The views were just amazing here. Like, I have never seen anything like this in my life, and yeah, that's coming from someone who barely leaves Florida. So this was so cool. Like, we were walking on the edge of this cliff basically and just looking down this mountain, and it was so amazing. And just how the fort looked in general, the architecture of it was so cool. It was a little scary, and at one point Quack was like, you know what, no, I'm not going any higher. So I didn't go to the tippy top, but I saw most of the amazing view, so it was so cool. And then we went to our final destination for the day, which was this palace, which was really cool. I loved all of the colors and stuff. It was so pretty. We could also see in the distance like the fort that we were just at, like on the other mountain area, which was really cool to see. I even did this walk that was like around the side of the whole palace, and just kind of, you know, if you look down, it's just a drop off of the cliff, which was kind of terrifying, but again, just really cool views all around. It was amazing. And those were kind of the main things that we did. From there on, the days were more chill, definitely way less walking. That second day we did so much walking, but after we were in Lisbon, we went to Lagos, and that was really nice too. I kind of viewed it as more of like a beachy, kind of marina-y area. Definitely a lot of like history and really cool architecture in like the little old town, downtown area. They had a bunch of shops that were really cute. I did a bunch of shopping. Like, literally I had a whole day dedicated to shopping and getting souvenirs and stuff. It was really fun. We did do kind of a boardwalk hike. I say hike, but it wasn't really a hike, and we just saw these amazing views of the ocean, and I really liked how Portugal has like a bunch of cliffs by the water. I'm not sure if that's like everywhere or if it was just in Lagos, but it was so pretty, and it was definitely a change from Florida's flat beaches that I'm accustomed to and I'm sick and tired of seeing. So I thought it was so pretty everywhere we looked, and everywhere we went was just amazing. Quack and I definitely had an amazing time. This was the first time we've traveled together, like just to travel and just to have a vacation. Before I end this video, let me show you some of the things that I picked up. I didn't bring a lot of space in my luggage. We actually only brought carry-ons and personal items, so I didn't have too much space for souvenirs, and I used a lot of it to bring back stuff for other people. But now that I look at these things, I'm like, wow, I did not buy anything for myself. So apparently Portugal produces a lot of the world's cork, and I never thought about like how cork being produced actually works, but apparently it grows on cork trees, and it's just this whole interesting process of harvesting it. Like, they just harvest the outside and they don't have to tear down the entire tree. It's really cool. But there's a lot of cork items and cork shops, like whole shops dedicated to cork things in Portugal. And of course they use it to make like a multitude of things. There was bags, purses, hats, wallets, pouches, like everything and anything. So I got this little cork passport cover for my passport. I thought it was really, really cute, and since I literally got my passport just for this trip, I thought it was very fitting. So as you can see, it's like really smooth. It kind of feels like almost that fake leather kind of material. I don't know, but it's nice. It's supposed to be like water resistant or something, but yeah, super cute. I just need to figure out how to actually squeeze my passport in here. And another staple that I was seeing everywhere were fish and sardines. I don't remember why sardines are a big thing in Portugal, but apparently sardines are a big thing. So there's like sardine shops and a lot of dishes with sardines. So I got this little fishy guy. I am assuming that he is a sardine, but he was so cute. He's got a hole in the back so I could hang him up somewhere, maybe, but so cute. I loved him, and you know, I had to pick out a green one. Another thing that I got that was fishy and sardine was this really cute little bowl. I am so obsessed with it. Like, I don't even want to use it because it's so pretty, but there's this one shop that had a bunch of like plates, like serving platters and stuff with this design on it, but there was a lot more of them and it was so pretty and I was so obsessed with them and I wanted to buy them so bad, but they were like these big serving platters and obviously ceramic, so I could not bring that back. It would just break on the way here and I didn't have room. Now my last two things are frog related. So I got this little metal baby froggy. He is so silly looking. I love him. He's made out of metal, so he's very heavy, but I just love him. Of course, I had to pick up a little froggy when I was there. And then my last item and the other frog related thing is this little froggy little coin purse. He opens at the bottom here. But yeah, he's so goofy. He's so silly. I have a similar one that's a cat. So now I have a froggy and a kitty coin pouch or coin purse, whatever, for all of my coin needs. So yeah, that's a little bit about my experience. Me finally going on a vacation. Sorry I didn't really like vlog it that much. I really just wanted to enjoy it and live in the moment. I'm really glad that I did, but I still wanted to compromise and give you some footage from it because what the heck, like, I'm going on a vacation for once. I should be recording some of it to share. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my Portugal yap session. I appreciate it so much. Stick around for more videos that are definitely not going to be travel related, and I will see you in the next one.